Hello everybody, my name is Aceface. We're in the system of Dodixie, the Gallente trade hub in one of my favorite ships in the game, the Rattlesnake. We're here to embark on a journey. We're here to do the Gallente Epic arc called Syndication. Now these take quite a while as far as I understand, so we're not going to be doing the whole thing in one go. It'll be a multi-part series, but we're going to start this off because I want to have a bit of lore in my life. I want to have a bit of story in my life. I'm tired of just having completely no lore in my gameplay of EVE Online. So we're going to try to fully immerse ourselves as much as we can. No, probably won't be the case, but I'm going to try to at least understand the story of what's going on. And we're going to try to do this epic arc thing right here, because it takes quite a long time to do, but when you are done with this epic arc, you can get some very good stuff. One of the things you can get, like you can choose, I think, the different loot you want to get. One is a drone link augmenter. Black Eagle drone link augmenter. You can potentially get this right here. So I mean, 200 million for many, I think just multiple hours worth of work is not the best it's per hour, but I think it's still going to be something. So it'll be nice to do. And I mainly want to do this for the story, doing it in a ship I like. Apocalypse is also a ship I like a lot. The Rattlesnake is also a ship I liked a lot, and the Rattlesnake is a bit more like functional than the Apocalypse, which is the reason why I'm going to go for this. I also like a ship called the Purifier, the stealth bomber, but I mean, that's not going to, or very unlikely that I'll be able to do that in these missions. Otherwise, I think that ship looks really good, because I want to do something nice and filled with lore, which at the same time I'm using a ship which I like the look of, and in this case I chose the Rattlesnake. So before we start on the journey, well, the journey starts in Dodixie. There is an agent here. I want to go over the fit we're going to take in this, because I'm putting like a little bit of modules to give us a bit of like multifunction purpose right here. So to adhere to this kind of multifunction purpose, I'm going with a target painter. This is very good. It affects our missiles, and it also affects our drones, because, you know, bigger signature radius on the enemies makes it easier for drones to hit, and also missiles to hit. We're going with an MWD, because speed is important in alpha missions. You can then go like very fast, go to the locations. If we don't have it, we can go super slow. I mean, look at our speed, 100 meters a second. We're going to take like 10 years to just go to an acceleration gate this far away. We're going actually with a hybrid tank. We're going with a pretty weird hybrid tank as well. But I think that this would be a nice way to go with a hybrid tank, because I like the idea of going in a hybrid tank with a big buffer, just in case someone were to want to gank us. We're going with the C3-X, triple C3-X. These are pretty decent because they give very good DPS for how many slots they take up, allowing us to have some extra low slots, increasing our buffer. You can see our buffer is 329k EHP, but we're also hybrid tank and MWD capable. So that is actually, this is a very potent fit right here. With the C3-X, Guri, Hivaa, Saitsuo ballistic control systems, giving us bonuses to our rapid heavies and drones. Damage control, really good buffer. But then we've got these magical power diagnostic systems right here. And I never actually thought about these until my friend Ibad Joy recommended me these. These are very good modules because they increase our capacitor recharge and also our max shield HP. Perfect. Exactly what we want, because we want to have some capacitor to be able to drive this shield booster, but also it's good to have the good buffer as well. And that's exactly what we're getting with these modules. So these are perfect right here. Extenders, giving us more buffer. Triple multi-spectrum shield hardeners right here. I was thinking of going with a shield extender as the third one, but actually the C-type multi-spectrum right here gives me more buffer. It is also something that I think is very important with the third multi-spectrum, is that since we're increasing our resistances, this is also going to affect our like active tank. So we're going to not only affect the active tank, but also the passive tank, because like more resistances is going to just overall make us more tanky. Both when it comes to like the active tank, we're going to effectively like being able to boost up more effective shield points, because we're going to have like a stronger shield to boost. And the same goes for the passive tank. Otherwise, I could put a shield extender right here. Would be cheaper, but I opted in for the multi-spectrum right here, because if we overheat all three of these, 400k EHP. That looks quite delicious, don't you say? Okay, but we've also then got a MWD, a pretty bling MWD, and a cap battery. And this is really nice because with this MWD, if we turn off this and turn off this, we are cap stable. So we can MWD indefinitely. And I think that's pretty important when we're going around in a battleship that is pretty slow. We need to be able to move. The shield booster, Dread Guristas X-Large shield booster, is a relatively cheap, not cheap, but a relatively cheap shield booster. And it actually fits and does a decent amount of shield boosting. So that's why I have this there. Not meant to be continuously run, just meant to be there to keep my shields at maximum at all times. Then we've got this medium remote shield booster right here. And this is just to be able to boost our gecko. We're going to mainly be using the gecko in this ship right here. So we're going to use this to repair our gecko if we were to take a bit of drone aggro. So that's the fit right there. Let's get to work. Okay, so in the trade hub, we'll undock right here. The way this epic arc works is that there is a agent in space. It's particularly special with the epic arcs. They've got an agent in space. So we're going to be looking for them right here. There we go. Roineron Avivier. Okay, we'll warp to this guy right here. Active. I feel a bit strange having the triple multi-spectrums, but I feel like it is the better choice for what we're planning out to do. Because it just gives more buffer, better for our shield booster. Otherwise, the alternative would be to put Caldari Navy, large shield extender, not Republic fleet, Caldari Navy because of CPU requirements. Large shield extender. So yeah, Caldari Navy would be now here, 322k. It would increase our passive regen, so that would be a nice thing. 110, but I mean it's not that much. But then when we're putting this multi-spectrum over here, 329k. And we're also affecting how effective our shield booster is. So, I mean, we could put a Caldari Navy, but I think it would be better to have a shield extender. We'll see what is our buffer with this Caldari Navy. Overheat this 376k, so a bit less. It could be argued that it would be better because the capacitor is also, you know, better with a 4.7 gigajoules. But we're going to go with a triple right here. Might change it in the future to a Caldari Navy. We'll see. Okay, Roineron Avivier. Where is he? Do we see anyone over there? Is there someone over there? No. Maybe over here? Oh, there he is. Okay, there is his epithal. Let's go to him. Roineron, hey man, how are you doing? Let's see what he wants from us. What kind of mission he wants to assign to us. Acey Facey, the loyal Gallente fighter. I actually don't particularly like the Gallente faction as a whole. Like, I think the ships of the Armada look a lot cooler. But it's just so much more fitting because the LP stores are really good, and also that you get good standings to Sisters of Eve, which is a good Alpha Missioning Corp if you have good standing with the Gallente as well. Okay, let's see now. Impetus. Excuse me, can I trouble you for a minute? Impetus needs your help with our next Holo reel. Can you meet with one of our directors? If you do a good enough job, I'm sure we can get you in the credits for that reel. Whopping 2 million ISK. You can find him over in Tolle. Look for the studio we have set up in that system. The director is probably in his luxurious pleasure cruiser. You know, the holoreel lifestyle can be really difficult sometimes. Oh, we are so posh. We are so difficult sometimes. Okay, but what does he want us? Need your help. Okay, but it doesn't say what kind of help we need. Well, okay, we're going to have to set destination here. Accept the mission. Let's go to the system of Tolle. Toll or Tolle? I'm going to call it Tolle. Active. We'll proceed here with our Rattlesnake, a mighty Rattlesnake, carrying the Etheric Raider skin. My favorite skin on the Guristas ships. And I just, generally speaking, wish this skin existed on all ships because it's such a beautiful skin. Guys, it's really a beautiful skin. Look at it. It's got the camo, the stealthy black, plus the camo. It just looks so intimidating, but not too edgy at the same time. I think it looks really great. I love it. And I have it on all my Guristas ships. If you guys don't know how this was released into the game, was that they had this kind of special event a very, very long time ago where CCP was testing some new type of server architecture with like a merger of something, having a lot of players in the same system at the same time, but it was like a separate game to EVE. It was like a separate game, but it was using some EVE ships. So basically, what I was trying to test is like, okay, can we put like, I don't know, I think 5,000 to 10,000 players in the same place at the same time for like some potential server upgrades to EVE Online. That's mainly what it was. But people who participated in that test, they got the skin. I wasn't able to because of university. Real life comes first. But for the people who did get them and they didn't like the skin, they sold it on the market. I'm so grateful CCP allowed you to be able to sell that. Because if you weren't able to sell that, then it would be goodbye. I wouldn't have been able to enjoy this nice skin right here. So they were able to sell it, and I was on day one. I just put my buy order to the higher. Just give me that damn skin. And I got, in fact, no buy orders. No one did my buy. I was like, no. But then I said in Jita Local, hey, anyone got these nice skins? Can I please buy? I'll give a good price. And someone was just like, hey man, I've got all these 3 skins. One for the worm, one for the Gila, and one for the Rattlesnake. You can have all these 3 for, I don't know how much it was. It was like 300 million. Like, it was a tiny bit more than my buy order or something like that. So I was like, yes, just give me those damn skins, because I really wanted them. And I just got them all like that, just straight away, just like, now I can relax. Because it was just so lucky that the CCP was nice then and allowed you to be able to sell these, because it wouldn't surprise me if they did the same thing now and didn't allow you to sell them, because a lot of skins exist that you are not able to sell. For example, we go in this Macarial right here, not this Spirit skin, but we go on this Serpentis skin. This you can't sell. You got this from an event a long time ago and you can't sell it. It's just unfortunate. You can't. For people who did not participate in this event, like I participated in the event, I got the skin. For the unfortunate people who didn't, well, tough luck. You're not going to get the skin, and I really do not like that attitude. I think you should be able to get the skin one way or another. But either way, apart from skins, this Rattlesnake is something that also functions pretty decently as well. Not as good as a Golem, and something that I think is pretty interesting nowadays, and I actually saw on the EVE Online Facebook group not so long ago. Well, actually, no, it was quite a bit of time ago, but I saw a post about Rattlesnake versus Golem. So the Rattlesnake is a very functional battleship, can do a lot of stuff, and I think it looks very good, as I said before, the skins. But the Golem performs quite a bit better, can achieve 3k DPS, or at least 2k DPS, but 3k DPS can be, with not too much difficulty, be achieved with pretty good torpedoes. And the Rattlesnake, with full bling, I mean, I've got the triple C3-X's over here, these are no joke. 1.6k DPS with the good implants as well. So this is like half the DPS, or a little bit more than half the DPS of the Golem. And the thing is, the reason why this comparison is coming up now is because the Rattlesnake price of the hull has gone up so much in price. It used to go for only like 400 million ISK back in the day, and that was the standard price, and I thought that was, well, that's still more the Slav ISK, right? The Slav ISK, 400 million ISK. Well, actually, nowadays it goes for more than a billion. More than a billion ISK. It's absolutely crazy, but that's just the way it is. More than a billion ISK, and that's basically almost the same price as a Golem. And a Golem is so much more functional. You can get so much more. I mean, it's debatable what is functional, what is not functional. But the Golem can output much more DPS, much more tank because of its inherent shield boosting capabilities. And it's just like overall better than the Rattlesnake in almost every regard. But people are comparing it. Why would I buy a Rattlesnake if it's not as good? But I think the Rattlesnake looks very good, and it does have some benefits over the Golem. It has a bit of bigger buffer, is able to, move and do DPS. The Golem has to stay still with the Bastion module to do DPS. Okay, but now we're in the system of Tolle. Enough rants about the Rattlesnake and things I would have liked to improve when it comes to skins. Back to the mission. We're going to go to this Holo reel right here. Holo reel. Some kind of film studio we've got going on in Tolle. Now, I'm not sure what kind of film studio it is, but I know that a lot of filming goes on in Gallente space. They're very big, like they've got, it's like you could think of how in real life we've got Hollywood. Now that's how I think it works in EVE Online. They've got like the Gallente, they've got like the whole Hollywood. They make a lot of the films that exist around the world of New Eden. So I think we're going to assist in some way. Exactly how, I'm not sure. We'll go and find out in this guy right here, or at this guy right here, Gian Parel. Can we add him to overview, because that might be a nice thing to have. Okay, he's in a pleasure cruiser. Pleasure cruiser sounds, I don't know why I'm to think about the name pleasure cruiser. It sounds a very pleasurable experience, I'm guessing. Okay, we'll start talking right here. 1 million right there. Okay, so listen now. We've got 5 million ISK reward. That's pretty decent reward, I will say. Pretty decent reward. Ah, the famous Acey Facey. They've watched my YouTube channel. I feel flattered. Welcome. I don't get to mingle with an egger every day, so it's an honor to finally meet you face to face, or close enough to anyways. I assume you've come to help with my next holoreel project here at Impetus, yes? Well, quite a few setbacks already, I'm afraid. As someone like you might appreciate, I didn't fully understand what I was getting into when I decided to film everything in space. I can say the same thing here. I didn't know what I was going to get into when I warped to you right here as well. Things have gotten a little bit more difficult than I expected. We could really use an experienced capsuleer like you to keep everything on track. Frankly, I don't know why we didn't consider the option sooner. Oh, if you're able to help out, then your first task would be to investigate a possible filming location. We're not expecting any major problems, but after an accident last week, scouting a similar location, I'd rather have these matters handled by someone who really knows what they're doing. I don't suppose you'd be free and willing to scout the area. hiring a whole big fat rattlesnake to assist in a film crew. That's like you're doing a Hollywood movie and you're asking to get hire a whole like Navy battleship to. Oh, can you scout the area? Let's see if we can film there. Is it all right? I guess it must be a dangerous area they want us to film in. Okay, accept the mission. Warp to the location.
Warp drive
See
active.
if we can clear the area of potential threats, or if there's anything there that might be providing a hindrance for this film project right here, which seems very dire for them. GN Parel. Let's get to work right here. The Rattlesnake is on the way to assist in this filming crew right here. The tallest scar. A scar. I wonder why it's called scar. Investigate a possible filming location. When it comes to the holo reels, at least, I was quite curious. What are holo reels? When it comes to holo reels, they're actually like these how do you say, like holographs, I think, like in Star Wars. You know how you like talk to each other with, or like you can watch these like holographs? That's how they are. So that's the kind of stuff we got. It's a special type of movies they've got in New Eden. They don't have just just a flat screen TV. They've got whole fully fledged 3D holographs right here. Okay, use MWD. Move towards the acceleration gate. There we go. Let's see. We've got some ruins over here. Abandoned drill. I wonder if there's going to be some space battle they're going to be filming. Maybe a space battle? Oh, maybe they could film me while I'm fighting enemies in my ratting. That might produce some content for them, I wonder. For the low non-capsuleer folk. How interesting would my ratting experience be? Okay, we've got some enemies nearby. Okay. Activate the multispectrum. We're going to get a fat buffer right here. Get to work. Let's get to work. And we're pretty cap stable like we are right now. We can just go and attack him straight away. Okay, you have unallocated skill points. Nice to have the skilling spree. Unlock these guys here, because it would be nice to lock up the gecko just in case we were to need that. And then now we can lock up the rest of these enemies right here. Can we jump through here? No, it's locked. The Rattlesnake needs to fight the enemies who are threatening our filming location right here. These rogue drones, it seems like. I wonder what rogue drones are doing here or wanting to disturb the filming studio right here. My guess is that this is maybe they're not even trying to like attack the filming studio. It's just that the Gallente Impetus guys, they're wanting to film here and it's like, oh, we're just gonna film here. And the rogue drones, they're minding their own business. This is probably the rogue drones like home right here. They're just chilling here and they see, oh, who are these guys who are just coming here wanting to film here, and they're trying to defend their home. I can see the rogue drones having a bit of heart too, you know. But maybe we'll get an explanation later from, what was his name? Peril. What was his name? What was that guy's name? Didn't see here. Need to know the names. Names is very important. When I work in the hospital, people get my name wrong multiple times, and I think it's very embarrassing. So I think it's important to try to get the names right all the time. Funny enough, we've forgotten it right out the gate. There we go. GN Parel. Okay. Need to go back to GN later. GL. What's his name? GN. And then we'll see what he actually, or if he actually has an explanation to this rogue drone infestation we've got going on right here. Now, these are like equivalent to L4 mission levels, because it's like you've got the different levels of epic arcs. We can go here, encounters, exploration, I think. Encounters, maybe missions, epic arcs. And we can see, I think, L4. See, it's level 4 mission right there. See, the Gecko is taking a little bit of damage, so we can give him a little bit of a shield boost right there, just to give him a little bit extra, you know? Lock these guys up. We can also use our missiles as well. Don't need to forget about our missiles. It's just unfortunate to waste your ammunition, you know? But you got unlimited ammunition magically in your drones. Do we have even enough ammunition? I've got a bunch of overseer. I got a bunch of overseer personal effects from previous events, actually. Pretty fun to see. Can maybe dump them, sell them at some station, because you can often find stations that have buy orders to oversee personal effects. We can even check right now. We can view market details. 9 jumps, 8 jumps, 6 jumps. Okay, we can maybe do that on the way here. Gecko fight. Looks like a fighter. It looks like a really cool having the matching camo with my ship. Unlike other drones, which sort of feel a bit off-putting, you know, when you got you see the wasps, right? Or maybe the wasp maybe will fit a little bit because it's still a Caldari-based hull, but like you see these predators going around, flying around the rattlesnake. It doesn't look too fitting because it doesn't have the nice camo, unlike the gecko, which like really looks epic. Look at that, we took no damage. We can just boost up a little bit there, boost our shields back to max HP. Really yummy, really delicious. Okay, we'll warp in here. Warp into the next room. I wonder what we will encounter. Have we got any messages in local? Because it's important with the lore to see the messages in local. This is where I think a lot of the voice acting would come into play and benefit a lot EVE Online's lore, because a lot of this text I feel I would never be bothered otherwise if I wouldn't be reading this to you guys. And I feel like just reading it out loud to you guys actually improves the immersion a lot to a big degree. Okay, what have we got over here? We've got a big fat swarm of rogue drones and a bunch. Okay, let's see now what have we got here. Further inside the compound, the area shows signs of a large-scale fight. To this day, the frozen corpses of men and women drift aimlessly amidst the debris. The structures are peppered with antimatter impact craters in all cases, showing signs of an instant and violent decompression. There was clearly no trial here for those criminals caught by Federation forces. Whoever was living inside these pleasure hubs were evidently never supposed to survive the initial attack, which must have been swift and unexpected. Oh, we're running out of capacity. So it seems like a big attack right here by rogue drones. There was not just the rogue drones living here. This is also some form of inhabitants, I think. We've got some of these rock, small hole with hole. Okay. Let's wreck these rogue drones who have caused a lot of havoc right here. We've got battleships as well. You know, we might be able to find some elite drone AI. I wonder if we are. We can check if the battleships have any drops, then we could dump our mobile tractor unit, and that could actually be nice and benefit us a bit. Okay, deploy the gecko. Have him go crazy. It doesn't seem like a lot of drone aggro is going on, so I think we can just continue and just don't have to worry too much about that. Can start with the rapid heavies. Maybe sit here in the middle of everything. Okay, where's the wreck? There's nothing here on that medium wreck. We could check the battleship afterwards, because I think the battleships are those guys who dropped the elite drone AI. I don't know if there's any other small ships, only battleships who do that. Okay. Let's get through this. 1.6k DPS, pretty spicy DPS we've got going on. See there, 1.6k DPS is very nice to see. Capacitor completely drained because I forgot to deactivate that large shield booster. It's alright. It's alright. We won't die from that. Or not yet, at least. Okay, let's see now. Okay, empty wreck, so it's alright. We do not need to bother with the harvesting of the wrecks. We can maybe lock up some closer enemies because all these battleships are very far away. Ooh. Infested station ruins. It seems like the rogue drones have transformed the station to their own. It's almost like a zombie style. I've got a warp disruptor as well, so we can't warp out of here if we would want to warp. Yeah, that is pretty scary right there, seeing warp disruptors. But it's alright. We're going to get through this. The rattlesnake is strong. The rattlesnake is strong. Okay, got the gecko chewing away at this Alvis. Matriarch Alvis. He's getting closer as well. Got a bunch of frigates nearby as well.
Has run out of
don't have enough max targets because I'm not used to using the non-Marauders or not Tech 2 ships. I've been using Tech 2, Tech 3 ships for a long time, who have usually good default capabilities of their ships, with very good scanning, very good lock range, very good max targets, which unfortunately we do not have the luxury to here in the Rattlesnake. Again, that's another thing when I was talking about, you know, Golem versus Marauder before. That is sort of the downside you get as well. Okay, can we destroy this Alvis Queen, please? Destroy it. Rattlesnake. We need to pump out more missiles. This is one downside of using the drone-based ships, is that it takes a long time for the drones to travel, because you saw here that it took me a very long time for that drone to actually get in place and take out the battleship. And what we could do is, after this battleship, just tell the drone to get close, because then it can just take out all the stuff that's close. It won't have to travel far, and we can use the missiles to go for the battleships instead. The only thing is, I don't know if they've got a good rep. Then our missiles won't maybe be so effective at taking them out. Oh, that's some pretty decent bounties right there. 1.2 million. Pretty decent. Use a target painter as well. Lock up little frigates. Can we go for this cruiser? He's pretty far away. A battle cruiser, in fact. Need to lock up some of these frigates right here. Well, it seems like he's not got good rep, so it's alright. It's a completely buffer tank, it seems. Well, we could go for this guy. He's already close. The drone is already close. I was thinking of the drone is going to go for all these guys here, but I was not able to lock them up. All these small targets in time. So I told him to go to the battle cruiser, and then he went there, and I was thinking, okay, he can take them back to take out these frigates, but no. Take out the one he's closest to. Okay, put the target paint on this guy. Need to put the target paint so he fit. Oof, he just volleyed that guy. A little frigate right there. There were some blue targets here before. I'm guessing those are civilians. Maybe they're evacuating or something. Can boost up a little bit here. You know, something that I think would be nice that they would have is maybe this might be annoying, so definitely have it being a toggle. But you could perhaps put a sound effect when you're over-repping too much. In the same way, when your capacitor is running out, when you're over-repping too much, have a sound, because it's not the first time I over-rep stuff. So it could maybe be a nice thing to just say, okay, now I know that my shields are full and I'm over-repping too much. But I know it would be very annoying because some people just leave their shield boost on all the time. So definitely 100% have that off by default. And only turn it on if you would want to, if they were to ever have something like that. Okay. Popped. That took quite a bit of time, actually. That one frigate had a hard time getting applied to by my gecko. But not that one. Not that one. What about this one? The missile's really chewing away these guys. Oh, that's nice. That guy too. Look at that. Strained Decimator Alvi. Bomber Alvum. Take him out. We're just going to go to smallest stuff to biggest with the drones, and that's how our missiles go for the big stuff. Might even want to go for the Alpha's Queen with the Gecko because my missiles won't reach out. We've got 47 kilometer range, he's 49 kilometers away. Maybe she, if it's a queen. Queen, rogue drone queen. Orbiting, isn't it? Is he orbiting? Oh, he's stuck, I think. She's stuck. Stuck in the ruins.
Our module has run out of charges.
Can maybe move a little bit closer with our MWD. We've got an MWD after all that's cap stable when we're not using any shield boosters, so that's nice to have. Pop. Poppity pop. Okay, stop right there. But that would be one nice thing with replacing the multispectrum is that we would be a lot cheaper and we would have a little bit better capacitors. Turn off the remote shield booster, turn off the shield booster at 4 gigajoules a second. 25 and 22. I mean, it's not that big difference, but still. Would maybe do a little bit to increasing our capacitor. Okay, this lady, this queen right here is going to go down very quickly. Because of how powerful our Rattlesnake is. 1.6k DPS, applied well, fully and nicely. We've got mixed DPS with the Gecko. Thermal missiles is a good damage type, it seems like. Out of the kinetic and thermal. The thermal is the optimal choice, that's nice. Okay, we've completed this mission. Start conversation. Let's go to... You can complete remotely, but I want to go back to him. And warp to location. Oh, we need to have my drone. Active. Do not forget the Gecko. That would be tragic. Forgetting the Gecko. Oof. Dark conversation. Warp to the pleasure cruiser. I wonder what kind of mission we'll get next. Okay, now we're here. At Gian Parel's pleasure cruiser. Okay, we'll go to him. Approach. And we'll see what he has to say. Hey, AC Facey, I really like your style, and I've completed the mission now. Oh, yes. Rogue drones and Minmatar, eh? Yes, well, I've heard rumors, but I thought that was all just a scary tale to keep people out of there. The place has a history, you see. That's partially why we wanted to film there in the first place, and probably what made those mini vagrants think it was a safe place to squat. I suppose we can shoot the area from certain angles to exclude the damn drone hives, but I'll have to check it out myself. At least we can proceed with that. Thanks for your good work. There's a few other favors I'd ask you of, if you're still free. Get back to me if you're interested. Okay. We'll request a new mission, and with that, we're done for this first part of the epic arc. I have to take a bit of a break now. Dine time is soon, but I think that this already seems like the first step in a big adventure, and it'll be fun to see how it unfolds. Thanks for staying with me. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and if you did, please leave a like and subscribe. I'll catch you guys later.